Soca child, big bad. Read him up. Ladies, let me see you wine.
No, but she does have songs that do sound like they were classic. Do you get what I mean? She has songs that match.
What they trying to do?
She even proved it in some of the rounds. Like some songs that would match. Right. I want to know, out of everybody here, who they feel, based on what they watched, which was an hour and 37 minutes, yeah? Who
Specific.
won? Because I was looking back to there. Who they felt won and why they won.
Well, let me check my notes. Because when the Showdown first came on, I had my jollof rice on the table, I had my popcorn, my rum, and everything, so I was just enjoying the vibes. So, the following day, I had to watch it again, hence the notes. I had to watch the round, it was on YouTube.
I think it was no competition.
Yeah, you can watch it again. You can watch it again.
I think that wasn't a competition. I think it was just an unfairness because
To who?
for what's her name, for Patrice, because there's two different categories, two different genres, two different kind of soca. You know what I mean? Alison is obviously, you know, she's top dog when it comes to female soca artists of all times, right? Patrice, she's now up and coming, so I don't think that was really a good enough kind of collaboration or competition to go against. It just it didn't look good. I don't think it didn't look good at all.
Who would you have put in there instead?
Destro, 100%. Oh, and a Destro, even Fair Nights.
Yeah, definitely.
Destro or Fair Night. That's the Queen of Bacchanal. She's more on Alison Hinds kind of era. She's more Alison Hinds era. Patrice is no way. She's a newcomer. She's not new. It's not a newcomer, but compared to Alison Hinds, she's a young person. She's new. You know what I mean? Destra is more there. Even Fairlands is more there. You know what I mean?
I kind of feel like the difference between Alison and Patrice is more. I don't feel like
Different
Patrice.
style of soca.
I feel like Patrice has the ability to be able to give Alison a run for her money.
She can.
But I do feel that in terms of catalogue, Alison would wipe her out any day simply because just not even effortlessly, not because she's not capable of doing what Alison can do, but simply because she hasn't got that history behind her. However, when I did watch the challenge, I enjoyed the end of it more than I enjoyed each of the rounds. I felt like Patrice had more towards the end and it finalising.
When it comes to power,
in terms of sound,
Patrice got it.
Yeah, I feel like she did better at the end.
Yeah, Patrice did definitely better because I scored after round 3. Alison Hinds was 3-0 up. Do you know what I'm saying? It was 3-0 up. Then round 4, I felt. Where's the notes? When it came to the bubble tune groovy, it was Alison Hinds, DJ Ride versus Patrice's A Little Wine.
No, well, Little Wine is a big tune though.
Exactly, so that's how I thought Patrice got a little point. But then let's say like round 5, when Alison Hinds now gave us the history of where she went to Suriname, then she invited the people over, then she played for. No matter what tune Patrice played, it wasn't going to beat Faluma. No. Did I pronounce it right? Yeah.
Faluma is a classic. It's that classic tune what will remain through the ages for all time.
Yeah.
It don't matter what time or where you play that tune, it will always be a big tune. No matter what. True. Faluma well, I don't even know what she says. She's singing a bunch of gibberish, but to me,
listen,
it's in a different language.
I know, but I'm saying to me, it's lama, whatever she's singing.
Yeah, but it's still this.
Hey, Suriname to the indigenous people. Sorry, all disrespect to your language.
All of that simply
Suriname to the world
paves the way to show you that she's such an icon that she can sing in Japanese, and it's still big. I felt like
she take a country what don't even do
sing,
so,
of course, and she can run
and turn it. She take a country what don't do so because it have nothing to do with.
But from the lineup,
make her big tune out of it.
From the lineup, I felt that Alison ran away. Just looking at the lineup, I thought, that's.
It didn't.
I didn't even have to watch the show.
That did not work
because Alison was going to win.
It's like putting Bean in my.
Yeah, but I still feel like
with some of these young artists, it don't make no sense.
I still feel like even though
because generations will show.
Well, yeah. I feel like even though
only person
got
currently top
Alison,
beating him, I think, is Carter.
I kind of feel like in terms of, even though everybody went into watching it feeling that Alison, that's it, they're gonna wipe the floor with her. I'm kind of happy that she didn't. And personally, I do feel she gave a couple of rounds away, but I do feel that I do feel Alison gave. Obviously, everyone would say Alison would have won it hands down. And do you know what? I don't know whether it was something that was supposed to be judged in who wins or who doesn't. For me personally, I didn't judge it based on who wins and who doesn't. I feel like both of them gave goodness to whatever it is that they was doing, whether that be a versus or they just wanted to open the floor to show everybody bits of themselves, right? I feel like Alison is a lot more well known, she's a lot more established. I feel like Patrice is known now a lot more to the newer generation and probably massively the older generation. I do feel like she's got a lot of tracks that would resonate and people will know, but I do feel like in terms of like growing up and having particular sounds, I don't feel like Patrice would have had as much of an impact as Alison does. But that doesn't mean, for me, I love Patrice. I think Patrice is wicked. I also love Alison Hinds. But Alison Hinds, for me, is a lot of history for me. A lot of the originals, a lot of my granddad, a lot of that kind of stays. Whereas, Patrice is more of, now I'm going out, I hear a Patrice song, I'm like, way! That's a song that I remember, do you know what I mean? And it's never the same sound with Patrice. Even though with Alison, it's also over the years not been the same sound. But I feel like, considering people class Patrice as new, even though she's not new, but she's newer,
not new at all.
I would say she has had more in her time currently being a newer artist, different in sounds. She has music that sounds like it was back in the day when Alison was releasing her music. She has Bacchanal tunes. She has tunes where it's women empowerment. Even that round with the women empowerment, I personally feel
round 9.
I feel like I prefer Patrice's
What, Real Woman?
track,
over Roll It.
Yeah, I love Roll It. My bum can roll, but for me, the only difference between I feel like the only difference between Roll It and Patrice's song, which that was weird, called
Real Woman.
Yeah, I've had a little bit too much to drink, but you know, I feel like the difference is Roll It can be played in the fests or parties.
Yeah,
so
I agree. Yeah.
If you want to get people out, you can play Roll. That's just probably the one soca tune that people would know, whether it be grime or techno or funky or whatever. That's probably the one tune, if they're not versatile in terms of different genres, that they would know, innit? But I feel like if we're actually listening to the song and we're actually going based on how the song makes you feel, me personally, considering I'm the only woman here, I would say that Real Woman makes me feel a little bit more empowered than Roll It. For me personally, anyway.
I definitely get it.
I don't know if anybody.
Yeah, Real Woman's actually telling a woman how a real woman should, how a real woman is, what a real woman is, and what a real woman should be.
How do you know?
Well,
because he's a woman.
nobody don't know about women really.
I feel like
people can talk, but yet still.
So who did you choose, in your opinion? Who won it for you?
Alison definitely won it for me. I love Alison.
By how much though? We have to score it fairly, like round by round.
I'm not even gonna lie to
I don't
you.
think
Probably when it got to round 4, I stopped counting. But that was like 3-1 to Alison, innit? So I couldn't
Auntie
say
Ali,
definitively.
Miss Hinds.
But for me, I feel like my
Auntie Ali, you know what I'm saying? Alison Hinds, I hope you come across this video. Do you know what I'm saying?
Auntie Ali.
We love your small mouth, your cute lips, your personal white. You know?
Really macking.
But back to the matter, you know, back to the matter.
We just not call her auntie. Like, you tell her she's cute, and you call her auntie.
She's cute. You can't tell Tanti
Cute auntie, oh God,
You
auntie.
can flip the script sometimes.
Auntie Ali.
Listen, on a Sunday she's Tanti. On a Monday or Saturday she's Auntie Ali.
I want to see you, Lee. I Alison, I swear
I've
to
met her.
God. No, but physically, my eyeballs, not with the glasses.
Right.
My eyeballs want to see you meet Alison. I want to see.
When we do our 1 year anniversary, Alison Hinds is invited. Make sure you find us. Big Mac, you get that, yeah?
But yes, if we're talking about the rounds and stuff like that, I lost count. Like before we even got halfway, I was so busy. Like, oh my god, this is a tune, this is a banger. Oh my god, this is fire. I was paying attention, but I lost that. At that point, that was it. It was gone. I was like, I wasn't even trying to get it back for me because I enjoyed it that much. Even if we take out the round situation, just the participation, what they offered within that together collectively for me was. I don't see loads of females doing things together in the soca scene massively. I see, Nessa Pepe and Patrice Roberts. I see like collaborations and stuff like that. But a lot of the verses stuff, I don't know if we've had any women that have gone on the verses.
Not really.
Yeah, the verses you had Brandy and
I think we had Erica Badu
and
thingy. But I feel in terms of, because with the soca stuff, didn't we have
Word. Was that?
There was none.
No, I don't think
I don't think there was any. This was the first one.
No, it wasn't Soca. It was the Beanie Man and Thingy one.
Killer, man.
That was
the Bleeding Bunch Killer was the.
I'm gonna lie, that was fire.
But
that was
again, I didn't keep up with that one either because I was too busy.
Show. But I think in terms of the showdown, like there's always been, let's say, a complaint amongst the community to be like, soca doesn't have its voice or its own community or whatnot. I feel like that spectacle that was put out there, like the production, like you had two people, let's say,
it was a good production.
It was a very good production.
I like the production.
Big up Hilton as well.
But
lower your prices, man. Your hotels are too expensive.
Now,
bare promo, but it's expensive.
I stay at the Hiltons when I go to Trinidad, so no.
Are they cheaper than Hilton over in the UK?
No, not cheap. I stay at Hiltons, man. I'm thinking about that. I'm Hilton all the way.
But I feel like in terms of production and everything, I feel like it's a good advertisement to put out there to be like, listen, this is so hard.
And you know what else I love?
And then it's a branch of, let's say, I wouldn't say old and new, but legacy and this and that.
Yeah, and do you know what as well? The respect that they had for each other, the love that they had for each other. About this is my favorite tune from you. This is my favorite tune from you. You didn't play my favorite tune, girl. You better sing my tune on it. Like it was literally the love. You could feel it between the two. So for me, when it got towards the end, in my mind, I was like, it must not have been like a proper like clash because. There were a lot of things that they took you back to the history of certain songs.
Yeah.
But she did why?
She said it started off as a clash, but then it ended off as we're in Rome today. It started off, but then it ended off as.
I think Rome got a word in the background because that guy was trying to push it into a clash vibe.
It started off, but then it ended up as even Patrice likes it. I respect Alison Hinds.
Well, one of the good things for me, have done it for me, where the respect platform is Alison, on the intro to every song, she gave you the history of the song. That in itself showed me that this is an icon. This is a lady who been there, done that, won the t-shirt, made the t-shirt, designed it, sold it to her.
Pretty much.
Patrice now coming to buy the t-shirt. Patrice just jumped into the songs, and there were, I think it was later in the rounds where when it flipped over to Trinidad, now Patrice just dived into the song. Now it would be nice to learn a little more about the song, and this is what shows, and this is why I felt the competition was a bit uneven, because you're talking about a legend in the business here, and it's like teacher, master, pupil kind of thing.
You have to remember, Patrice was singing calypso as well when she was very young as well. She started off when she was a very young girl, so you cannot really.
But you see, for me, I thought just the introduction.
Was her idol.
She did say that. But you could show Alison the respect that
you can see the difference in class here. Alison, every tune she dropped. Well, you know what? This song, we done this song here, and this is why we did it. Blah blah blah. Run the track. Patrice jump into the song, and I tend to look at the finer things, and it's the little things to me that makes a difference. Now, the competition-wise was good, and I think Digicel, Hilton, all the sponsors done really well, and I think the objective was to showcase the music, the culture, and not so much Trini better than Barbados or Barbados.
Exactly.
That's not the whole thing. It's about showcasing what we have and what we should our culture, really push it. So it was good that each artist showed each other a level of respect.
You see, that's what I was talking about earlier on. They didn't go a Bayesian thing or a Trini thing. They did a
just music.
Caribbean thing.
Of course,
Soca thing. Do you understand? So that's why you need to get rid of a Bayesian soca, a Grenadian soca, whatever kind of soca. It's just soca. And they show you that respect. Alison is Bayesian, but yet still she's queen of soca. Yeah. She's not queen of Bayesian soca.
No, of course.
She's queen of soca.
Yeah, of course.
Do you understand? So that's why everybody show that respect. Say, you're the queen of soca. Marshall is the god of soca. He's not the king, he's the god of soca. He's the god of soca. I don't care what anybody says. Yeah, Marshall, he's the boss. yeah.
But I do feel like I would love to see Destra and Alison.
Yeah, I would have liked to see Destra and Alison.
I do think that would have been enjoyable. I do feel it would have been interesting also to see Destra and Patrice. Even though I feel like Destra and Patrice would have been a little bit less of a long shot, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like with Alison, because she's got even though Destra's got a massive collection as well, I feel like it's easier. It would have probably been easier for Patrice to navigate.
Let me ask a question quickly. Sorry. What do you think is the objective in terms of the selection process?
I feel like I personally feel like the whole thing at this moment, personally for me, I feel like it appeared to be a clash, but I feel like it just was showcased.
What I mean is, what's the criteria in terms of selecting who's going to clash with who?
I don't actually know what the process is. I don't really know. In my opinion, I feel like if they're picking who should go up against who, if they're going for a versus between two artists, I feel like it should go based on the catalogue of that they have,
right, so catalogue,
the versatility that they have. And right now, depending on how impactful they are in the soca scene. And I feel everybody is impactful in their own way, but I would like to see those that are a little bit more established, that you could technically class on the same level, against each other to kind of see what the difference is, rather than them be, because like, for example, I know we can't compare Kez to Marshall. Personally, for me, I don't feel like you can compare. You can compare
Kez and Kerwin.
Leave Marshall alone.
Wait. You can I tell you why. There are a lot of people. Listen, there are people that are comparing Kez to Marshall. Not in terms of him being better than Marshall, but in terms of him having the capability to be as big as Marshall. People are talking about it, but for me personally, I feel like Marshall's got a big gap. Like the gap that Marshall has ain't no little gap. The gap that Marshall has.
Marshall versus Montana.
Marshall versus Montana. Leave him alone. Marshall is here on his own pedestal. Everybody else is here.
Now let me say one thing though. One thing. I really hope this particular battle or versus paved the way to more to come.
Yes.
Because that's what really needs to happen, especially in the soca scene. Because every soca DJ, soca promoter, soca artist, soca producer is really trying to elevate it as much as they can around the world. And this is a really good step to do that.
100%.
As well. Do you know who I would love to see? Me personally, Bunji and Lava.
Yes.
Do you know
Bunji and Lava?
Yes. I don't think anybody would be sitting down.
You know what? Let me say something.
I like to see Bunji.
You see, Lava Man in Grenada, Lava Man is the Marshall Montana.
I know
of Grenada.
exactly.
So you can't do that.
No, why not? You can. Why not?
It's interesting.
Exactly. Much shut
It'll be like, round one.
Exactly. We have to get rid of that integration of different genres. Remember you said to get rid of
Bungie's a big man. Bungie's a
Bungie's so
boss.
versatile as well.
Bungie's a boss.
He's one of the best freestylers I've ever seen.
Even everybody keep on forgetting Iowa. Why everybody's not mentioning Iowa? Iowa is a boss. Why are you not forgetting the boss?
The reason why people forget the boss because you always talk about water.
And his boat always singing.
Not this year.
Soca time. Big bad.
Not this year.
Ladies, let me see you wine. Wine. Oh yes, let me tell you something. Your bumper is a problem.